Hey guys, it's not there anymore. My name is Christel. Let's see, I'm an intern. I was here this whole summer just serving, doing stuff. And a little fact about me, when I was 7 years old, I went to a petting zoo and a goat tried to eat my hair. And ever since, I've hated goats. So yeah, goats are evil, guys. Okay, so yeah, our theme was adoption. In the adoption process, there is so much that goes on behind the scenes before the family even meets the child. There's a lengthy process of meetings and paperwork and interviews and all that stuff and this and that, and it's probably endless. Like, why can't I just go onto the streets of Vancouver and just, find a cute little child, come here, Daniel, come here, find a little child, and just be like, this is my son, look at my son, okay, this is my son now. Okay, you can sit down now, right? I wish it was that easy, right? But in reality, it's a very, very long, hard process. And it doesn't work like that. I can't just pick up a child. That's called kidnapping, guys. Don't do that. So yeah, Jesse talked about the story of Moses and how Moses was adopted by the Pharaoh's daughter, and it was at that point it was around 400 years that the Israelites were under Egyptian slavery. And after 400 years, why did all of a sudden the Pharaoh become afraid of the Israelites? Become afraid that the Israelites would take over? Why did it take so long? Moses was born into this time, we know that. Yeah, Jesse told the story. And we know that his mother decided to keep him for 3 months. 3 months, that's hard, having to hide a baby. And after 3 months passed by, Moses was put into the river so that his life would be saved. As Moses was just cruising down the river, it just so happened to be that the Pharaoh's daughter was bathing at that time. The Pharaoh's daughter had compassion over Moses and decided to adopt him into the palace. And imagine if the Pharaoh's daughter randomly decided that she didn't want to take a bath, she just wanted to be stanky that day. Moses probably would have never encountered Pharaoh's daughter. Or imagine if Moses' mother decided to not keep him for 3 months and decided to just put him in the river right away after he was born. Then Moses probably would have never made it into the palace and never became adopted royalty. God worked behind the scenes so that all of these things would happen in perfect timing. God worked behind the scenes so that Moses would become a great man one day. In Ephesians 1, verses 4-5, it says, "For he chose us in him before the creation of the world to be holy and blameless in his sight. In love, he predestined us for adoption to sonship through Jesus Christ, in accordance with his pleasure and will." God is always working behind the scenes to pursue us, to pursue you. God is doing all these things so that he can take you and invite you into his kingdom. Before the beginning of time, before we even had a chance to make a mistake, before creation, God knew. He knew that we would fall. He knew that we would mess up. He knew that we would make mistakes. So God made a plan. He made a plan of redemption and made a plan of adoption. It was through his son, through Jesus, that he would send him to be our Redeemer, to save us. It was through the death and resurrection of his son that we would be saved. Before we even breathed our first breath, God chose us. Before we even had a chance to look at his creation, God knew that we would mess up, but he still gave us a chance. We love because God first loved us. God made the first move. God is pursuing you first. Our relationship with God is not about our love. It's not about how we act towards God. It's not about what we do. There's nothing we can do to gain God's love. We already have his love. God made the first move. He made the first move. There's nothing you can do to gain his love. There's nothing. His love is already for you and always has been. That's awkward, sorry. God is pursuing you, and he has already made the first move. What will be yours? Thank you.